About as long as I can remember. I've woken up in San Diego listening to DSC, Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw. I love them. Now, I'm on there Friday mornings doing a little cooking bit. So, thought today would be a good reason to go in, little DSC, little me, and a little food. Stay tuned. I'm Sam the Cooking Guy. This show is about food that's big in taste and small in effort. Totally easy stuff anyone can make. And everything comes from the supermarket. Here's what you do. You take all those other cooking shows and get rid of them. You know what? You don't need them anymore. This is Sam the Cooking Guy.
Broadcasting live from the mightiest military city in the world. DSC on 100.7 Jack FM.
What did I get?
Chicken fried steak.
You take the first bite and see if you die.
Okay, so I'm not a professional chef, but my food has definitely never killed anyone.
That's good.
And the point of today was to show you what I get to see all the time.
It's gone.
What's gone?
My chicken fried steak. It's all gone. What happened? Where'd it go?
And of course, cook. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's start with the basics. DSC stands for Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw. Dave Rickards is the leader in the big chair. And as the leader, he gets to push a lot of buttons. But the show is his responsibility, one that he takes seriously. And for Dave, that means having a good time. And sometimes being inappropriate.
They know about the dry streak that's knocking on 5 years.
Don't talk to my parents about my sex life.
Yeah, inappropriate.
It is delish.
Yes.
It's delish. That's the word I learned from Sam.
It's gotta be
You have to have your
delish.
pinkies up when you say it. It's delish.
He's so good looking.
What do you love about him?
I love his glasses.
Shelley done?
Okay, what else do we have in the Half-Baked Crackpot news, which, by the way, is going to include a news quiz.
Congratulations to Tina Fey and Jessica Alba. Faye gave birth last night.
In addition to reading the news, Shelley is often the voice of reason of the show. Let's put it this way. If the show had a mother, I think it could very easily be Shelley. Cookie Chainsaw Randolph, considered by many to be the dean of American sports, does his sports report 4 times each morning, as only Chainsaw can.
Well, good morning and thank you, David, and hello again, everybody in the sports world.
And a Chainsaw sports report wouldn't be complete without his signature comedy break.
In the national,
Honestly, it's now hard for me to hear sports from anyone other than Chainsaw. But the show clearly isn't just the 3 of them. Producer Emily McGuire started with the show 10 years ago as a phone screener. And now what does she do?
I take orders from Dave. Or I give orders. But don't tell him.
Of course, she gets to push the buttons too. And
I set up stuff in the studio, make sure the commercial log's set up for the show. All the boring behind the scenes stuff that nobody cares about, but has to get done in order for everything to run smoothly.
okay, so it doesn't sound like a lot? Let's put it this way. I think it's like juggling kittens while standing on one leg, while having to pee really bad. Chris Boyer. The first time I met Chris, I was surprised to see he was actually playing a real set of drums. Because I'd always thought it was just sound effects. His job other than that is, actually I have no idea. Oh yeah, he tells jokes.
What's fun for 9 out of 10 people?
What's fun for 9 out of 10 people?
Okay, never mind. Not that joke. And last but not least, Ruth 66. The funny thing, if no one knows what Boyer does, it's even more of a mystery what Ruth does. But the show just wouldn't be the same without Ruth, her laugh, or her voice in the head comments.
Yeah, Keegan Bradley.
What?
Ruth 66. Ruth 66. Meet Keegan Bradley.
I understood exactly what he was
Of course
saying.
you did.
It's too bad that guy has AIDS.
Yeah.
No, Ruth.
But what I find really interesting about the whole thing is the layout. Dave, Shelley, and Boyer are in one studio. Emily is in her own in the middle. Chainsaw is also in his own on the end. And Ruth is in her own room.
Oh, Crackleback. We'll give you all your good stuff.
If you ask me, DSC is so successful because of the combination of these 6 people. These 6 funny, quirky, and at times super inappropriate people.
The people that matter, Sam. Dave has been here for 21 years. The rest of the people, inconsequential.
Like I said, inappropriate. But successful for 21 years? Now that speaks for itself.
All right, excellent. Very good.
Enough of this. When we come back, I finally cook something. This is Sam the Cooking Guy. Welcome back to DSC Day. We've learned a lot. And now, I don't know why, but it's time for me to cook. Why am I cooking at a radio station? I have a feeling it was Michelle's idea. It doesn't matter. It's still going to be fun and good, so let's go. Okay, here's the deal. We're in the KFMB bistro. People come in, they get their lunch and coffees and breakfast and stuff like that. I'm just bumming it for about an hour. We're going to start with a breakfasty thing that are these little Mexican baked eggs. And I'm using as a base Mexican rice that I've already made. It was just a packaged rice. You could use beans if you wanted. It's a very cool thing. I really like this. So here's what I would do. You want to grease these a little bit, and I've got oil, but they have this butter here for their own breakfasty stuff. I'm just gonna bum this. Just a little grease. This is now as easy as taking rice and putting in each one of these guys. Remember what I said. If you don't like rice, you could totally use like refried beans if you wanted. Or a different kind of rice, a jambalaya kind of rice. Do what you want, man. It's all you. All right, now I need, hey Pinky, can you pass me, see the small ladles? Pass me, is that the littlest? That'll work. Yeah. So you want to make an indentation. Perfect, look at this. It's like I knew. Why are we making the indentation? Because we're cracking eggs in it. But you want to keep the yolk intact, like that. Don't break the yolk. If you break the yolk, pour it out and do it again. I mean, a broken yolk inside is going to give you like a harder yolk. And I like the idea of a runny yolk when you break into this whole thing. And one more thing. Two more things. Salt. It's not my kitchen. I got a box to bring my own stuff. You're definitely going to need some salt on these. And I like a little chili powder. I think a little chili powder adds a little nice flavor to this. And now a little bit of cheese to make it all melty on the top. I'm using Monterey Jack. Don't slam too much down. You want to be gentle around the yolk, right? We don't want to bust that yolk. That's it, in the oven. Come on, Sean. And now my oven at home at about 400, 15 to 20 minutes. You kind of have to gauge it. You know, you want the whites cooked enough that they're not runny, but you don't want the yolk to start cooking too much. I'd love to be able to break into it, have a little runny yolk. So watch it. We'll watch it together. That's fair, right? And there we go. Check them out. They're like little presents. Please don't let me have screwed this. Look at the yolk. Nice. So you get a bite of everything. I love the yolk. I'm all about the yolk. Oh, sorry. Please, will you make this? Will you? Oh. Do it with leftover rice. Don't even make it fresh, who cares? Okay, when we come back, I'm making a classic diner-ish kind of thing right here at wherever we are, the bistro. It's DSC Day. Who's having a ball? Put your hand up. They did. See you in a second. This is Sam the Cooking Guy. Welcome back. It's DSC Day, Dave Shelley Chainsaw. I've always looked at this little bistro like it was a little diner-ette kind of thing. And diner to me says diner food, and diner food says chicken fried steak. I've never made it. Today's my first time. We're making it together. Normally for chicken fried steak, you would use a cube steak. And cube steak is like top round or sirloin that's been kind of pounded. Oh, I have a picture of it here. So cube steak looks like somebody took one of those mallets and beat the heck out of it to tenderize it. I couldn't find it, but what I did find was a sirloin that had already been sliced super thin. Look, right? So it's about where you would want it. Components are simple. Flour. So we're gonna dump some flour in here. And now we want to season it. So we're going to give it some salt, some paprika, because I like paprika, and pepper. And you know what I brought? I brought some steak seasoning. So we'll throw that in too, just because. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. This is one. The second one are eggs. I totally missed. Okay, I'll get that after. All right. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. So here's what you would do. You would take this, you would put it in the flour, into the egg, drip off, back into the flour again. Oops. We're trying to make like what's gonna end up being like a little crust on this when we're all done. Just take a plate. If you've got a little time on your side, I say you want to give yourself about half an hour of letting them sit before you cook them. But because I don't have any time today, we're just going to cook them. And chicken fried steak is a gravy-based proposition. You got to have gravy on it. You can make your own, or you can do what I'm going to do. Let me get some heat under these pans. Whoa, maybe not that much heat. Look at that. Look how high the flames come like to here. That's insane. Come on. Right? So you got this all done. And then you got this for a hand. Here's what you end up with. And nobody wants this. All right, oil's an important part of this. So in will go the oil. Definitely enough across the bottom. And at the same time, can I do this? I need a third thing. I'm just gonna warm some gravy, but I'm gonna season it a little bit with that, come on, steak seasoning. Keep my flavors consistent. The oil needs to be fairly hot. If it's not hot enough, the steak is gonna go in there and it's not gonna cook. It's just gonna grease up, and you don't want that. Things that are deep fried properly, this isn't completely deep frying, but things that are fried properly shouldn't be greasy if the oil's hot enough. And just when I plate this, I'm gonna want a little something green on top. I'm all right. Enough. All right, we're going. Whether it's ready or not, we're going. Go in there. Nice. We'll do 2 in each. Ow, 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 ow. Burning hot oil on my hand. That stinks. Be very careful when you do this. That was bad news, man. There's a school of thought that says when you put stuff like this in, lay it away from you, like this, watch. Except I can't get this. Now we're talking. Turn down, son. Come on. How do you regulate this thing? It's supposed to be like a cream gravy. Hey. Wonder if I can do this. I'll just steal a little of their half and half. It'll make it creamier, right? Look at. That's it. The gravy that's on chicken fried steak is this very creamy gravy. It's just made with pan drippings and milk, which I just totally faked. I'm gonna turn these. Wow. What? Nobody move. Heat in here, man. It's out of control.
I have the potty mouth, the mouth language. I was hungry, but I've lost my appetite.
No, you haven't. Who loses their appetite over a few swear words?
What do you make it?
I just burned myself. My version of chicken.
Never happens.
Chicken fried steak. Radio people, man. This is perfect. You want to do this when it's ready. Oh my God. So this will be mine. So then, oh my God, wow. I want you to make this. I think you'll really like it. And forget making your own gravy, do that with the cream. It's amazing. All right, commercial. One more thing, and then I'm out. We're here early. I gotta go home. This is Sam, the cooking guy. All right, welcome back. Here's the last thing we're gonna make today. It's a fruit crumble. The cool part is what I'll show you in a second. Just let me get to the point where I can do that. Not making any sense. I'm gonna bum a bowl. I'll use this bowl. We're making this crumble part to go on top, and it consists really of just a few things. Cold-ish butter, not too soft. Okay, so we got butter, a stick of butter. We need flour and I know this is gonna look. Okay, I know you're thinking, oh my God, he is so weak. But I'm not. These are just bad bags. There we go. So half a cup of flour. To bump some sugar. I can't remember how much sugar goes into this. I think it's a half a cup. Sugar. And some salt. So like a teaspoon of salt. It doesn't come out very fast. Shoot. Okay, so we mix this. And now is the butter part. And so the way to do the butter, for me, is like this. Throw in all these cubes, and here's what happens. Do this, and then that. You separate them all with your fingers. What you're trying to do is you're trying to incorporate the butter into this flour sugar combination. I feel like something crunchy would be good in here. What you want to do is you want to turn this into like coarse meal, kind of. I'm not doing a very good job. My butter might have been too warm. I got trouble. You guys have cereal here? Check that out. Watch what we're gonna do. I just got an idea. Michelle's shaking her head back there. Do you see what's happening? We're starting to get like sort of, you want like butter incorporated in with the sugar and the, but wait. Check this out. Here's the granola. Yes. Watch this. What if we take a little bit of this granola, not the raisins? Get rid of the raisins. Goodbye. Sometimes it's all right, but I don't want it for this. All right, check this out. I think this is going to be a good thing. This is either going to be a very good thing or a terrible idea that's going to ruin all of it. And I don't think it's going to ruin it. This is not really quite as loose as I wanted. I think my butter was a little bit. You're supposed to do this with colder butter. I got no choice, man. I got to go with this. So this doesn't take very long. Shouldn't take very long. It took me longer than it was supposed to because that's me. But don't be me, be you. But here's the cool part, is frozen fruit. Check this out. Frozen fruit that you just dump into this thing. And my mom taught me this. I made this once, and I told her I made it. She said something about frozen fruit, and I go, what do you mean frozen fruit? She goes, I don't even defrost fruit, I just use frozen fruit. It's picked at the height of freshness. You know that, right? We all know that. I don't know why this is not. I think I have issues with this part. You're supposed to just be able to dump this on top. You shouldn't have to place each little individual bit. Classic me. All right, we're done. 400 degree oven, about 35 minutes. And because the temperature of this oven is questionable, as we know, we don't know how long it's going to take. It's going to take as long as like this. Look at that. Bubbly, hot. It really needs to sit. I mean, if you give that to somebody right now, they'll have no tongue left. No lips, the throat, finished. All of this area from here down to here completely gone. You'll just be able to take food and put it right into your stomach. It's like molten lava.
Yeah, she's been one for, what, 5 minutes?
Hang on, Sam's bringing in more food.
Oh, good.
That was good chicken fried steak,
Oh,
my
yum.
friend.
Thanks.
That was good stuff. What kind of steak did you use?
I used this thin, jeez, what was it?
Swiss
Was it in New
steak?
York?
No, it was
Sirloin?
It was a sirloin, but it was a flat cut.
I'm telling you, Sam, that was kick-ass.
Yeah, thanks. All right, so you got to eat that thing, the crumble thing.
Yes,
I did. It
I'm
was
going to.
delicious.
The
You guys
best
were
part of it-
yammering
the
away, and I
best-
ate it.
The best part's made with frozen fruit. You
Frozen
just dump
fruit.
it in.
I know you're all about easy cooking, and I love that. I want to make that chicken fried steak. That was good stuff.
Good, thanks, man.
Delicious.
And I am going to make the what's it called? Chicken?
Use your words. I don't know what you're talking about.
Adobo?
Oh, the
You don't know what you're
chicken.
talking about?
No, I don't know. I didn't know. I mean,
The adobo chicken, yeah.
The adobo chicken. Yes, it's so good.
Are you going to drink like you always do, or is that for off camera?
I actually already did.
Can't tell.
Hey, it's not for my benefit. I don't want to disappoint.
We will get you
Right.
round 2 of the Crackpot News, I promise. Coming up from 100.7 KFM, BFM San Diego.
Do not attempt to change the station.